Hello and welcome. In this short video I want to give you a quick demonstration of two of my new tools I've developed, which are the Trade Planner and the Trade Executor. So the Trade Planner is very easy to use. It's an indicator. You can place it in your default template so that it's always there, or you can add it as and when you need it. So I'm just going to drag it onto my charts. I'm going to set the default parameters, and you'll then see that it is loaded on my chart. Just quickly looking at those default parameters, there's a couple of things. There's account balance that you can use for lot size calculations. If you use this at 0, then it just uses your current account balance. And there's a percentage of balance to risk per trade, and this is a default value. You can actually change this during when you actually look at it on the chart, and I'll go into that in a short while. So let's OK that and close this. To activate the tool, you just need to press Ctrl Shift and click on the chart at the same time, and you automatically get a trade drawn on here. Now the idea of this is that you can move this around to basically plan your trade, see what R's you're getting, what size pips of your take profit or your stop loss, what lot size you need to be using, what the current spread is. So all sorts of useful information. And if you want, you can do this for a buy trade as it's set up for now with their stop loss at the bottom, or if you want, you can flip it around to be a sell trade. There's two ways of flipping it around. The first is just use the R key for reverse on your keyboard, and that just flips around very easily. Or if you prefer using a mouse, just grab one of the corners and bring it above like this, or bring it back down like this. Very straightforward. Now, as I say, you can use this to fit around the trade you want to perform. So I am going to do a supply sell from this area over here. So I'll just flip it around using the R key. I'll drag the corner, put that to just above that level there. My stop I'm going to put down to this level here, and my entry I'm just going to put around about that level there. And this basically sets it up at the right size of stop loss and take profit for you. And if you look at this, you can see that having these parameters gives you 2.30 R. It suggests a lot size of 3.2422 lots. This is changing a little bit as the spread changes, and this is risking 1%. Now if you want to risk more than 1%, you can just click on this and it rotates through 0.5% increments up to a maximum of 5%, and we'll adjust the lot size accordingly. So if I just click on this, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5 and 5%, where we're using just over 16 lots for this trade. Click on it again, it goes back to 1%. So whilst I've mentioned some of the information being shown, I'll just do a quick round about just to show you. So there's the risk percentage, which you can change by clicking on. That's the risk of your either account balance if you left the default value as 0, or you can set the account balance in the indicator parameters as I showed earlier. Further down you have the R's for your trade based on the size of your take profit from entry and your stop loss from entry. On the left hand side you have the size of your stop loss, which is 17 pips, and the size of your take profit, which is about 35 or so pips. At the bottom you have risk reward entering now, and this is saying that based on your stop loss and your take profit, if you actually moved your entry to the current market level, then the maximum risk reward you'd get at your take profit would be, in this case, about 0.33, 0.34 R's. So that kind of concludes what you can do with the Trade Planner. How with the Trade Executor you can then use this to actually place your trades and manage your trades. So I'm just going to drag the EA onto the chart. Again, you can add this to your default profile if you want it to be there always every time you open a new chart. You have a happy face over there, and with this we can actually set up the trades by entering either limit orders or stop orders or market orders at the current market price. So in this particular instance, I've set up a sell order and price is below the entry level. So therefore it will look, if I enter a pending order, it will look to set up a pending limit order, such that when price hits entry, it creates a sell trade. To do this, you just press a T on your keyboard. It says create a sell limit order using the trade planner. Say yes, and it automatically creates the stop, take profit at the right levels for entry. And you'll see use 3.23 lots, which is what this level, will take 0.01, actually says at the top. So no work in calculations for you to do. It's very graphical, it's very easy to use. Again, if I actually want to close that trade, I can do so just by pressing the delete key on my keyboard. It says delete trade order, say yes, and that market order is now closed. Now I'm just going to switch this around briefly by using the R key, so that I now have a buy trade. I'm going to bring this down to here and put my profit at that level. So now if I press T, it will actually generate a stop order, because it will be looking to get filled as price passes your entry and heads towards your take profit. So I'll do T there, it says create a buy stop order. In this case I will say no, and it disappeared briefly, but if that ever happens, just flick back and forwards to the away from the time frame back on and it will come back. Okay, now again I'm just going to enter a market order just to show you how you can manage a trade once it's actually up and running. So I use a shift and click. Sorry, I should say shift and T. It says create a market buy order using trade planner. Let's say yes. Moves your entry level down to the current market price and sets up a buy trade, which is now running for this currency pair with 2.17 dots as calculated, and a maximum R's of 1.45 if it gets up to this level. Now, one of the easy things to do is that you can actually maintain your targets and your stops just by dragging the edges of the boxes. So you can drag this down to here if you want to have a much smaller profit, and it automatically adjusts itself here and here. Similarly, you can move your stop, maybe you want it down here, oops, drag the one line there, go away, go on this side, drag the Metatrader line there. You can just drag it down there, and now it also shows you what R's you have for this particular trade now that you've made the alterations. Well, I should say the maximum possible R's. So if you want to delete again, press delete key, so you can delete, closes the trade, press the delete key again, it gets rid of your boxes. That's about what I want to show you for the time being. I will do future videos around this, but hopefully that's been useful as a preview on how this works. If you have any questions, please send an email to me at graham@letmebefree.com, and I will do my best to answer as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.